They have been electioneering. They have wasted so much time. They have been busy trying to read. They have wasted so much time instead of developing the country, instead of looking at the projects of the country. It does not matter how much time you have given, so long as you can do what you are supposed to do. And they are not doing that. Thank you.
All right. Spectrum, hello.
Edmond, good evening.
Good evening to you. Your name?
Yeah, thanks for the guests in the studio. JEEMA is the name.
Yes.
Now, I just lost many points because many people said something that I would have said about. But I just want to tell Kakooza to go and read the book written by Museveni, Africa's Problem. Let him read that book over and over again to therefore come about and talk about what he's saying now, that 7 years should be brought forward. It's very unfortunate that you have hypocrites who pretend to think for Ugandans when the vote of a peasant who only will be bought for 500 shillings against a citizen who pays tax would be listening to such a discussion. Good evening.
Jimmy, of course you're talking about the Africa's problem. President Museveni said it in that year, 1986, even in Addis Ababa. Staying too long in power, African leaders. Your name, sir?
Good evening, my name is Paul from Namugongo.
Paul Namugongo.
My comment to the program is such that I think Honorable Kakooza is being very unfair to this country. You know, I remember in South Africa, somebody commented, you spend so many years training a doctor, and then a black fool who had been disadvantaged comes and takes away the doctor. It was so absurd. So what happens if we get a dictator who cannot listen, who will hold elections and who may hold elections or may not hold elections, and then he perpetuates himself in power, and he's so bad so that the country cannot afford to get itself rid of that dictator. And then because of the many years that are there already, without term limits is bad enough. Now again, another proposal amidst the no term limits, Honorable Kakooza is proposing 7 years. I think Honorable Kakooza is being very diversionary. I don't know whether some people cannot survive beyond certain regimes. That's why they keep on proposing such proposals. Thank you.
Okay, let's take our final caller. Very briefly, your name?
Hello, Edmond. Good evening.
Good evening. Your name, sir?
Yes, this is Bill calling. I thank your guests in the studio, and I thank Honorable for his presentation. I think what Ugandans need at the moment is not all about how many years one spends in the office, but how much one delivers the people who put him in the office. We should be thinking about the welfare and the social service delivery of our people, other than thinking about how much time one spends in the office. Uganda have got so many people who can be interchanging within the offices, so long as our target and what we should be thinking about are the people of Uganda and their welfare and their well-being.
Honorable Kakooza.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I can give information to the public because the Institute of Professionals in Makerere have come out with the research, with the references of the books. They are saying, 1, Africans should hold elections ever after 10 years so as to achieve the following: to create developmental and social democratic states which promotes stable economic democracy and stay longer in power, in order to, 1, to provide stable and continuous policy, to carry out successful development, implement initial plans, empower the people to make and control money, improve household incomes and food security, promote increased farm and farm productivity, add value to products, tackle rampant unemployment in the continent, issues stable economic environment, promote high rates of economic growth, and promote industrialization.
Yes.
An industry to be set like the country we have, you must be empowered by the political stability.
So basically you're saying these experts, I'm calling them experts, say 10 years is best, but for you you're saying, oh, let's be sensitive, 7 years.
No. What I'm trying to say, we are arguing that, look, the people, the terms you are going to be in the office, on whose interest? People are not interested to be in your offices. people are interested to have a public service delivery.
Yes.
A public service delivery, how do you go about it? In what period? It does not matter.
Hussein says maybe we spend too much time electioneering.
And it's deliberate.
It's a process. It's a process. Because you can't tell me you want to have civic education. You can't tell me you want to register people. You can't tell me you are not going to allow people to campaign. You can't tell me that you are not going to have internal democracy within the multi-party setting of the parties.
Mr. Basalirwa.
That's why you have national delegate conferences.
Yes, for
to elect a president.
Yes.
That's why Obama, to become a president, he spent 2 solid years, almost 7, to become a chair of the Democrats in America.
Yes.
To pursue the agenda of Democrats in America.
Right.
And he spent almost 5 years. They were arguing with Clinton to become a sole candidate.
Right.
Soliciting all over the states to show the capacity that his agenda, Democrats, can be sold and accepted, and the manifesto to the public. Those are years. We have to accept practical terms, not theoretical, the way how my friend, the president of JEEMA, what he's talking about. This country is not going to be built up immediately because somebody is in office. We are interested in the people. What are the terms people are going to benefit? Look at cost benefits. We've spent a lot of money. How much have we invested since last year? Members of parliament have been spending, people have been consuming. The people, the candidates have been consuming. How much have they benefited in terms of service delivery? Even now, still people are going to vote next week on local government.
Even today there was an election.
Even today. What are we talking about?
Mr. Basalirwa.
The fatigue itself. The fatigue itself.
Yes.
Could I make 2 brief?
The fatigue itself.
Yes.
People even get bitter and say, what's this?
They get tired of what's going on.
Look at the divisions which are created by then the politicking of the year.
Right. Okay, in the interest of time.
One, Deo is saying that what matters, and this is what Honorable Kakooza is saying, is service delivery, not number of years somebody has spent in office. I'm fortunate I was in Libya.
That's the interest.
Yes, I was in Libya.
Yes.
Libya is a welfare state.
Yes.
Actually,
do they have elections?
No. Of course,
do they have democracy?
Whether you have elections, by the way, they also have their own form of democracy.
They don't have it because they don't allow citizens to vote.
So
that's dictatorship.
So it's dictatorship.
No, they don't have a mandate people to elect their leaders.
Gaddafi said he can't step down because he doesn't have an official position.
But
he's only a brother.
Here is a welfare state where people are getting Libya.
Yes.
I'm talking about a country where I've been.
Right.
Okay, and whose language I understand. I'll not be like Honorable Kakooza who will go with the translators.
Go on.
You are talking about a welfare state where people are getting
elections.
Yes.
Yes.
Where they have hospitals.
In Libya without
elections. So exactly.
Without
where
elections.
They have universities.
So that's democracy.
And people are agitated. So if social service delivery was the point, why would people be agitated in countries where they are getting everything? Why?
Because they don't have democracy.
Number two.
Yes.
They have dictatorship.
Honorable Kakooza is quoting America like an Apostles' Creed. I just wish he quoted it in everything. We are saying, and you see, that's why I said his arguments are unscientific. They are not empirical.
I want to inform him that, by the way, they are amending the constitution the next 20 time.
Yes.
Change the term limit.
Let me
in America. In the US,
they are making
the one of the term limits.
They are making a research.
No,
I've been there.
Let me tell you.
You go to the International Law Institute of Washington.
No.
The research has started.
No.
I've been there.
I don't. Well, I've been to America either. I'm not against. I've been there.
I've been there.
And you don't need to be to America.
You go and there.
No, by the way,
the research is there.
No, Honorable Minister, don't be too shallow to the extent of saying that you have to be in America to know what is happening.
You go to the institute.
But the point we are making is that
the university.
The countries, we all have countries that have elections. Do we do electioneering in Uganda the way other countries do it? Because he's talking about wasting a lot of time in electioneering. It's deliberate.
What's your answer?
The issue is that here,
we do not have elections.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
No. that the incompetencies must not be a problem of the country. When the madness of the entire nation engulfs the solitary mind, it's not enough to say that man is mad.
You're trying to be philosophical.
There's nothing philosophical. There's nothing philosophical. What I am saying is that this regime is deliberately incompetent.
Oh.
It's deliberately inefficient. They are saying that because of election time spent, therefore, terms should be extended. But there are countries that do elections like us, who have 5 terms. What they should be doing is to go and learn from elsewhere. What is happening in Malawi? What is happening in Ghana? What is happening in South Africa? How come they have multi-party elections like us?
I thought we are in a lot of competitive politics, where every party fronts its manifesto.
No,
I don't know why people don't vote for JEEMA.
No.
Vote for NRA.
Why don't we be very sane?
Yes.
You know, somebody being... I know Honorable Kakooza has problems.
No.
Okay. Yes.
Well,
you have intellectual problems, but you be courteous. You be courteous and listen.
There are countries intelligent enough to know that we are in a multi-party setting and which is competitive politics.
Don't compare intelligence. My intelligence and yours by any standards is higher.
Well,
if we are to put papers on table. But what I am saying is that there are countries elsewhere that do politics like us. Don't think that the election hearing is only here. You go and learn what happens elsewhere.
Thank you.
How come those countries are not taking a lot of time?
Mr. Asuman.
So this argument is really very pedestrian. And I want to advise Honorable Kakooza, let them not drive Ugandans into anger.
But
already people are agitated. There is a sham election. Peaceful protests have begun, and then you bring up a very weird idea.
That's an announcement of when you talk about demonstrations, you are declaring war.
War. I'm talking. I am personally. I'm protesting.
Don't talk about those things.
I have not had the news since morning. I am in a peace. By the way,
you're fasting.
We are in peaceful.
Well, I would like to inform the president of JEEMA that even he has failed in a multi-party setting. He has failed front candidates all over. And is crying for election hearing for a full play, whereby he has not failed any member of parliament.
Thank you very much.
You have not led a political party.
Thank you very much.
You don't know how difficult it is. You have not led a party.
Thank you for
form one and find out.
So you have difficulties to win in
Can I help you?
Yeah. I would like to buy a shirt that really expresses my style.
Oh, we have